Welcome to Georgia News Now. Coming up today in local news, $1 million in funding will go towards Whitfield County sewers. A Cohutta man faces charges related to crimes committed in Florida. CHI Memorial Hospital will be breaking ground for a new facility in Ringgold. A longtime Shaw employee has been honored with a prestigious award, and a local coach has pleaded guilty to sexual battery charges. In state news, Georgia is slated to commerce executions after a 4-year halt. A bill related to cyberbullying has passed through the Senate, and we'll hear some updates regarding the Georgia election case against former President Trump. Later, Jacob Broom is here to share WDNN's community calendar. But first, here are the obituaries. Welcome back. According to a press release from the office of Marjorie Taylor Greene, Whitfield County will be getting $1 million in funding to go towards sewer expansion. Greene confirmed that she had secured the federal funding in an announcement made on Monday. The Whitfield County Sewer is one of 7 projects that will be funded through the Community Project Funding Request process. The projects were signed into law on March 9th, and according to Greene's office, they will begin to be implemented in the next few months. Greene's office says that the expansion of the county sewer infrastructure will allow for further housing development in the community and should help provide families with more options. A Cohutta man is facing some serious charges. A federal indictment was unsealed on Wednesday outlining drug conspiracy charges from the Northern District of Florida for Fletcher J. Burkett III. Per the indictment, Burkett, 41 years old, of Calhoun, conspired with a Christian Jose Landoros Mendez to distribute over 500 grams of cocaine. The alleged events occurred in February of 2021. Burkett was released on $10,000 an unsecured bond following a U.S. District Magistrate Court hearing that took place in Rome. Burkett also faces charges in relation to an arrest that occurred in January of this year after he pulled a gun on 2 individuals at a Calhoun Middle School basketball game. Burkett was arrested on felony charges of aggravated assault, carrying a weapon in a school safety zone or school function, possession of a firearm during the commission of or attempt to commit a crime, and terroristic threats and acts. CHI Memorial Hospital is set to break ground on a new hospital later this month in Ringgold. Area officials say it has been a long time coming. Chief Strategy Officer Andrew McGill pointed out that this is the only suburban area in the Chattanooga metropolitan region without a modern hospital, which he says helps attract business and industry. He is hopeful that the new facility will help fill the health service gaps in the Northwest Georgia area. According to McGill, many in the community have been fighting to make the hospital happen, including hospital leadership, elected and business leaders, and community activists. CHI Memorial already has a strong presence in the Catoosa County area with its Fort Oglethorpe location. Administrator Angie Stiggins says the Fort Oglethorpe location will continue to be a part of the CHI Memorial's Georgia facilities and will remain open for service even after the hospital is built. A groundbreaking ceremony will be held on Friday, March 22nd at 10 a.m. at 4700 Battlefield Parkway in Ringgold. The public is invited to attend. The new hospital is slated to be open for service by December 2025. A longtime Shaw employee has been recognized with a prestigious award Florette Flitch, Senior Quality Director of Soft Services, has been named a 2024 Women Make Awards honoree by the Manufacturing Institute. The Women Make Awards is an annual and national awards program that honors women in science, technology, engineering, production careers. Women in these fields are recognized for exemplifying leadership within their companies. More than 1,000 women have been honored since the Women Make Awards began. One of the goals of the award is to reduce the gender gap in manufacturing. Fitch is a 25-year veteran in the manufacturing industry and has worked within nearly every level of operations from the factory floor, plant manager, and beyond. Fitch is dedicated to both customers and the community. Amanda Edwards, Vice President of the Enterprise Excellence for Shaw Industries, said in regards to Fitch, "Her commitment to excellence is evident in all she does, including her efforts to inspire and uplift other women. I am privileged to work alongside her and delighted to see her honored in this way." Fitch says she is honored to receive such an award and to be a part of the mission to inspire other women to pursue careers in the manufacturing world. Congratulations, Florette Fitch. The city of Chatsworth will be purchasing 3 new police vehicles. The decision was approved by the City Council on Monday to buy 3 new SUVs for the police department. The vehicles will be purchased using SPLOST funds and will total about $50,000 each. According to Police Chief Josh Etheridge, Etheridge says the vehicles will need lights, radar and camera systems, radios, and more in order to be complete. He says the final cost of each vehicle should be between $70,000 to $75,000. The city tries to get 2 to 3 vehicles each year. A cheerleading and gymnastics coach has pleaded guilty to 3 counts of sexual battery following alleged incidents that occurred in 2021. Defendant James Everett Sisson appeared before the Whitfield Superior County on Friday, March 8th. Sisson was originally charged with 13 offenses involving 3 victims while working at a local gym. Per a plea deal with the state, 10 counts against Sisson were dropped, including multiple counts of child molestation and improper sexual contact with a minor by a person of trust. The victims involved in the case and their families are in agreement with the plea deal. Sisson is set to appear for sentencing on April 9th. However, if he were to fail to appear, then the plea deal would be voided. Conasauga Judicial Circuit District Attorney Mark Higgins indicated that Sisson would face a sentence of 15 years, with the first 2 years to be served in prison and the remainder to be served on probation. Additionally, the sentence would include a fine of $3,200 of community service hours. He would also be prohibited from having any contact with any of the victims and will be required to register as a sex offender. Sisson is set to appear in a Catoosa County court on April 3rd for a related matter. When we return, I'll share some state news. Stay with us. The Georgia Department of Corrections officials have announced an upcoming execution, which will be the state's first in over 4 years. The state of Georgia halted lethal injections in 2020 amid the coronavirus pandemic. Willie James Pye, age 59, was convicted for the 1993 murder of his ex-girlfriend, Alicia Lynn Yarborough. In addition to the murder charge, Pye was also convicted of kidnapping, rape, and robbery. At the time, officials said Pye and 2 of his friends intended to rob Charles Puckett, a man Yarborough was living with at the time. When the men approached the home, they found Yarborough and her baby alone. Yarborough was abducted, assaulted at gunpoint, and then shot 3 times by Pye. Pye has tried multiple times to appeal his conviction, but has been denied by the Georgia Supreme Court each time. Pye's execution is controversial due to an agreement the state attorney general's office entered into back in 2021. The agreement applied to death row prisoners whose requests to have their appeals reheard were denied by the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of the Appeals, while the judicial emergency was in place. According to the agreement, executions would not restart until 6 months after 3 conditions were met. Those conditions include the expiration of the state's COVID-19 judicial emergency, the resumption of the normal visitation at state prisoners, state prisons, and the availability of COVID vaccine for all members of the public. There are some questions concerning Pai and whether or not he is covered under the agreement. His lawyers have argued that the visitation and COVID vaccine requirements were not fulfilled at the time that the decision of his appeal was made. A judge has signed and set an execution window for Pai, which begins at March 20th at 7 p.m. A bill aimed at combating cyberbullying has passed through the state Senate with an overwhelming majority. Senate Bill 351, also known as the Protecting Georgia's Children on Social Media Act, passed with a vote of 51-1. The bill is aimed at protecting young people from cyberbullying. It also addresses youth mental health in relation to social media usage. The bill has been a top priority of Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones. Jones, who presides over the Senate, says, "I will never apologize in the fight to protect Georgia's youth." Jones believes social media can be useful, but also believes there are instances where it can negatively impact the health and safety of young people, particularly children. Senate Bill 351 would require social media companies to take concrete steps to verify the age of their users. Existing rules requiring schools to monitor bullying would be updated to reflect the realities of modern technology. In addition, the legislation would require the State Department of Education to develop and periodically update programs to educate students on how to use social media safely, and would require local school systems to adopt, implement, and enforce social media policies, and then submit them to the Georgia Board of Education. Districts that fail in doing so could risk losing state funds. The bill will now make its way to the House, where Jones hopes that swift action will be taken. A judge has rejected 6 charges in the Georgia election case against former President Donald J. Trump. Fulton Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee surprised many with his move on Wednesday. The ruling is a setback for the prosecution. However, Judge McAfee did leave the racketeering indictment intact, which includes 41 counts against 19 co-defendants. 4 have pleaded guilty since the indictment went before a grand jury back in August of last year. Wednesday's ruling was 9 pages and related to charges insinuating that Trump and his allies solicited public officials to break the law and to violate their oaths of office. Judge McAfee did not feel that the charges nor the prosecutors were specific enough about what violations and wrongdoings that the defendants were pressuring the public officials to commit. These 6 counts contain all the essential elements of the crimes, but fail to allege sufficient detail regarding the nature of the commission. He wrote in his ruling, former President Trump and his former personnel lawyer, Rudolph W. Giuliani, faced 10 charges, each in the Georgia case. Prosecutors could seek to appeal Judge McAfee's orders or put more detailed versions of the charge before a grand jury. A spokesperson for the district attorney's office has declined to comment regarding the ruling. We'll have more information on this as it becomes more available. When we return, Jacob Broom will be reading WDNN's community calendar. But first, here's a look at our local weather.
Today's local weather is brought to you by Built Well Bait.
Welcome back. It's time for WDNN's community calendar. Here's some things going on around the area. Country music artist Glenn Templeton will make his return to the Gem Theater on Saturday the 23rd at 7:30 p.m. Templeton is most known for his top single, Ball Cap, in addition to his appearances at the Ryman Theater, the Grand Ole Opry, and on CMT as well. The Gem Theater is located in Calhoun on 114th North Wall Street. Tickets are selling fast with prices set between $40 to $45, and reserved seating is recommended. To purchase tickets or to learn more, either visit www.calhoungymtheater.org or call 706-625-3132 for more information. The Whitfield County Democratic Committee will be hosting their annual chili cook-off on March 23rd. The event will run from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and is located at the Mac Gaston Community Center on 218 North Frederick Street. The cook-off will cost $6 per meal ticket, which includes chili, fixings, and a drink. The event will also be collecting non-perishable pantry and foods for Trinity UMC's monthly food distribution. To learn more about the event, call 706-264-2789 for more information. The Christ Church community is hosting an Easter egg hunt on Saturday, March 23rd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. This event will be hosted at the Christ Church, located in Chattanooga on 8645 East Brainerd Road. The event is free to everyone and will be followed by various games, prizes, and you can even take your picture with the Easter Bunny. To learn more about it, contact media@christchurchchat.org or call 423-892-9636 for more information. The Lucky Charms St. Patrick's Day Festival is coming to Chattanooga. The festival will take place on Saturday the 16th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and will be located on 1428 Jenkins Road. This festival has free admission and parking and will have a variety of food vendors, crafts, bounce houses, carnival games for the entire family. To learn more, contact eventswithkimk@gmail.com for more information. The 2024 Precision Arch Challenge performance is being hosted at the Dalton Convention Center located at 2211 Tony Ingle Parkway. The performance will begin on March 15th and will run through the 17th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The PAC is a kids' dance competition that allows participants to find inspiration as a dancer and how to be a competitive dancer as well. The 2024 Road to Nightfall band composition presented by Sound Corps will begin on March 13th and will continue until March 23rd. The competition is open to bands with a minimum of 3 performing band members, with at least 1 member playing a live musical instrument. All bands that register must live within 50 miles of the city of Chattanooga. Bands that advance each night during the competition wins a $300 cash prize, and the overall winner will receive a 90-minute performance spot that pays $1,000 alongside a number of various prizes. To register or to find more information, go to www.soundcorps.org/roadtonightfall today. If you'd like to submit more information on your event for North Georgia News Now's community calendar, send an email to info@wdnntv.com. That's it for this edition of North Georgia News Now. Be sure to visit us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Thanks for watching Local.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to click that subscribe button as well as bell notifications so you won't miss any new videos. Also, follow us on our social medias.
Thank you again for tuning in, and until next time, keep watching Local.